Okay, pile number 1, you chose the second bloom. Let's show you that card right there. So it says, a second chance, it's never too late, and new possibilities. The second bloom. Okay, so you guys are starting, you're not really starting fresh with something new. It's as if you're continuing on with something that you've already started. Either that, or you've had an ending with something that you didn't expect to end, and now you are entering into a new, an unexpected new beginning with something similar, like another chance. Wonderful. Let's get a little more clarity. Do I want to do these ones? No. We're going to do tarot. Yeah. Okay. Let's get some cards around what this is about for you, pile number 1. The second bloom. This is also like a second chance at beauty in life, like a time in your life when you thought maybe you had passed, either a time in your life or with a project, you thought you'd peaked already and you kind of started to valley again. This is a second peak. So this is really exciting. And it's a new experience though. It's going to be like brand new experience, maybe with something that is familiar, but it's a new opportunity for, something new to happen, something unexpected. So what is the message for clarity for pile number 1, people? The second bloom. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles, 6 of Rods in reverse, Eight of Cups in reverse, and the 7 of Cups. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, like I said, something that you feel, this is something that is really important to you, and that makes you feel truly spiritually connected, and connected to yourself, connected to what is true for you. You have been working on this thing with the Page of Pentacles. This is something that has definitely been in the works for some time. It's something that you're quite passionate about. And the 6 of Rods in reverse suggests that there has been some success, but it's kind of plateaued, or it feels like it might be over, or that was as good as it was going to get. And really what this is about is you're coming back around, you're trying again. This is a second opportunity. The 7 of Cups is interesting. I just want to pull some more cards on the 7 of Cups, because the 7 of Cups can be about many different, like lots of different energies, imagination. It can be about pipe dreams, things that kind of, all these different ideas that you might have. They might not all be realistic, but let's see what comes from that. So the Queen of Wands. You have a vision. Absolutely you do. Okay. Yeah, and it's something that you have been working on, and you're wondering why. Sorry, I have the 7 of Pentacles here. Your vision has bloomed, right? Your vision has already come to pass. But you still have so much potential here. There's so much potential, so many ideas that you still have that you'd still like to explore and still like to express. And so now you're at this point where you're wondering what is done, and then what is left that I can work with. What can I build on at this point? What is possible for me to move forward with? And you're being encouraged to let go of the things, emotionally let go of the things that you cannot hold on to anymore, or that you can't play with anymore, that are kind of done. And to turn around and to realize what it is that you do have left at your fingertips that you can play with. What is left over? What is kind of there that you can really move forward with? So let's get some cards on that. What is this second bloom relating to? That's what I want to know right now. Oops, that's way too many cards. Okay. What is the second bloom relating to for pile number 1? Any clarity for them? What is the second bloom relating to? Wow, another 5 of Cups. This really is, there is an element of kind of like disappointment, especially with the 8 of Cups as well. There's this like feeling of, yeah, feeling like there's an element of loss. And loss when you were expecting things to continue. You really thought that there was potential in this project or this experience, or this relationship, whatever it might be. And you have the power and you have the intention and the creative vision behind it. You want to create it. You have the ability to keep it going. But for some reason, it kind of faltered. And you've been emotionally frustrated by that. There's a sense of like real disappointment, and I'm just hearing like, oh man, like what the heck. So let's see what this is about. What is this second bloom? What area of life is this? Clarity to number 1. King of Cups. Spiritual mission. This is a vision. With the 3 of rods in reverse. The King of Cups, I didn't get a lover. I got a spiritual mission. That's the idea, or that's what I heard in my mind. You had plans. You had a plan for your soul, for your destiny. You saw a path to take. You may have studied deeply. You might have actually gone and studied because you felt so emotionally connected to something. You felt so drawn in to a topic, into a pathway, a path of learning, of wisdom. And you've reached, in a sense, you've kind of reached a dead end, or something has happened along the journey that has disappointed you or made you falter in your own path, made you falter, or made you think that perhaps it's a dead end. Perhaps there isn't anything here to learn. Maybe there's nothing to grow with here. Yeah, you're feeling some confusion, I think, at the moment. And that's good that you're at this reading, because the point is we're going to find some clarity for you. So, a little more clarity on the King of Cups energy. Justice in reverse. You have experienced something that does feel unjust. It does feel like it's not fair, like something has been taken from you. You also don't know what to do about it. You are feeling confusion around the kind of judgment to make on this situation. You're not sure if you can make a clear decision forward at the moment, but you know that there is still more to come. You know that there is still more that you need to move forward with. There's more path before you. But how do you make the right call? Like, how do you know what to do with this situation that feels somehow wrong? Something feels wrong. What happened here It's like the plans went awry or something. What happened here that is causing this confusion? No, that's too many cards. I don't like that. What happened here that's causing this experience? Okay, you could have learned something. Something could have come to light in this journey of I guess I'm feeling like it's like a spiritual, almost like a spiritual education, and something came to light for you personally. You kind of mentally understood something or came across some information that made you feel like things were false, or that things weren't actually as healthy as you had initially thought, and that you had initially kind of assumed. For pile number 1, what is the situation? This was something that you initially felt was right. And I think that in some ways it is right for you. You made this decision to partner with this entity, this thing, this experience. You partnered with it. This, and when I say partner, please understand I'm talking symbolically, because this could be a person, this could be a relationship, but it also could be like a relationship with a path that you've taken, or an idea, or like a vision that you have like married yourself to. So take that however that resonates for you. But we do have the Lovers here. So it's like a spiritual union that has been intentionally, it feels like you've made this like big bond with something, and something about it has become like, it feels kind of like a trick, like something unexpectedly tricked you. There's like a trickster energy that has come into your awareness somehow. And now you feel like you're starting over. Yeah. The Page of Pentacles has come up twice now. So, okay. Interesting. Yeah, shady. So there's a 7 of Swords energy back here as well. Let's see if you can see that. Okay, so the second bloom, a second chance, it's never too late. So I do want to say, if this is a relationship, if somebody has done something shady and you found out about it, then, and if it's like with, you know, a lover who is potentially a water sign, I mean, maybe if that resonates with you, then there's a confirmation. But if this is a relationship that you feel has kind of come to a standstill or halted because of some kind of like shadiness that's been going on behind the scenes that made you feel like you don't know what the fuck is real, and you don't know what you're not even sure like whether what you've built is sincere or not, or is actually like able to continue to grow. Like you're wondering about the quality of this thing, like, or the health of this thing. Like, is this even a healthy relationship if there's been secrets, like that kind of thing? So if that's the case, this message is definitely going to be giving you some clarity on what to do next, and what this, because the thing is like this second bloom, it suggests that you have a second chance here. But what I think we're gonna get a little more clear on is whether that means a second chance with the same thing, or kind of like cutting it loose, moving on, and having a second chance somewhere else, like a new possibility. So that's what I want to know now. I'm going to leave those cards to the end. Okay. Yeah. So what I want to ask is, in order to get clarity around this situation, what does pile 1 need to know? your second chance. Okay, what's the second chance about? That's what we're going to ask. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, angels. For pile number 1, what is the second chance that they're getting with this situation? What is the second chance energy? Okay. 3 of Cups, Strength, and Queen of Wands again. Okay. Page of Cups reversed on the bottom of the deck. Oh, and a moon reversed as well. So there is a clearing of confusion that's ahead. So we have the 3 of Cups here, Strength, and the Queen of Wands. Your second bloom, or your second chance, this is interesting. It's about your own fortitude, your own inner strength, your feminine. I think there might be some women tapping into this because there's a lot of feminine energy here, and group energy as well with the 3 of Cups. So there is a second bloom in it's like in your social life, in your social circle. I think you may have been feeling like a world that you had built with someone or something has sort of come to an end, and that you've hit kind of a dead end, and you were feeling kind of like in destruction mode, kind of like there had been too much like kind of loss around you, and you're thinking like you're focusing on the loss rather than on what you do have. And what you do have is friends, you have community, you have support systems around you that are still there. And I think that's the thing, it's support. You have resources, you have people that hold you firmly in their love, and that hold you, and that will support you in your own building of your own strength. Like they will support you with laughter, with fun, with like companionship while you become stronger from this experience. Your second chance is to become clearer on your intentions moving forward. So your vision that you have, that you initially had with this thing or through this thing, your second chance is coming back around to yourself. Bring all the energy back to yourself and get really, really, really strong in what it is that you're trying to manifest with the Queen of Wands. Because the reason for why things didn't go any further than they did with that thing is because the foundation was rocky. The foundation was somehow not set up for the longevity of that expression of the thing. So if that makes sense. So let's say if there's something in the soil that hindered the growth of whatever you've planted in the soil, right? So it's not your fault, it's not the plant's fault, it's not the sun, it's not the anything else. It's actually not even the soil's fault. It's just like the circumstances weren't quite right for it to bloom fully into its like full expression. But now the second bloom, this is where you get really, really, really strong. This is where you get like it's like pulling in the energy, and then you're able to burst forth. So let's see how that's going to unfold and Whoa! Okay, the Hierophant. What else? Clarity. Okay. Okay. So the Hierophant offers you stability and structure while you explore your own beliefs, basically, while you explore your own experience with this thing. So if that is in the religious context, it's like the structure of religion allows you to explore your relationship with the divine in a regimented setting, in a way that kind of like sets you up to learn. But ultimately, I mean, the lesson I always take from the Hierophant is ultimately you are your own conduit to God, right? So, and in this scenario, it could be, being connected to that which you're trying to create, like your vision. With the Eight of Pentacles here, you're working really hard to craft something, to bring something into being. I think it's like you're trying to impress, you're working for something else. That's what this feels like. You're working for a power, an existing power structure. And Seven of Cups in reverse. Do you know what this is? So this second bloom that you have, it's going to look a little different. That's what I'm getting. It's going to look a little different. And it's going to feel a little different. You're going to be focused more on yourself, more on building inner strength, more on healing what has been evoked within you that's been really those kind of like rabid emotions and the things that have been kind of running the show without you realizing, like your shadow self, right? Like things like that. Those aspects of yourself are being reintegrated and transmuted into power. You're also relying on your community to support you as you build this strength up again, as you restructure your own life and get really clear and strong on what it is that you actually really want, on your desire. And you take control of your own creative path. That's what the second bloom is about. You had been growing, you'd been learning in this previous phase. You've been learning about how to get to where you want to go. And what I'm really feeling is relying on learning from others, right? Like relying on, not relying on, it's more like the previous phase was the learning phase. And you also felt like you were actually doing really well with it and you were getting somewhere with it. You were really like building, you were planting something, you were seeing results. And then it just faltered, or it just stopped, or just like kind of failed, or like the crop got sick, something like that. Something came in that like felt like it was stealing away the success that you felt like you were on the trajectory with. And so your second bloom is you're picking up the pieces that you do still have, the things that are still present, your community, your sense of joy and laughter, your confidence in yourself and your ability to continue forward with this vision. The vision is still good. It's still good. Everything that you have like desired and wanted, that is still good. That's still possible. Nothing about this is saying that you can't have what it is that you wanted and that the path that you were on was wrong. There's nothing wrong with that path. For whatever reason, it needed to halt. Or it just did, because that's life. And this second bloom is happening for you now. And it's not going to look exactly the same, but it is going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be, it's now about you. It's about your It's about you feeling strong in yourself and feeling good and feeling grounded. And a big part of that is recognizing who and what is in your life still right now that can meet you where you are and that can reflect back to you things that, the love and the excitement and the beauty that makes you feel alive and makes you feel happy. There's this heaviness with the Hierophant. I mean, the Hierophant can be such a triggering card for so many people because of like religious trauma, and just the idea of being like controlled in, especially the idea of controlled spirituality, because spirituality is so personal and subjective, and it's such a like, each soul, each individual has the capacity to commune with God and commune with whatever is beyond them and bigger than them, that includes them, and to be controlled, to have your body and your mind like manipulated in the name of something so sacred and so universal and ubiquitous is utterly wrong. It's so twisted. And I'm seeing, like, I'm really paying attention to the two bald heads of the monks, the like tonsure? I can't remember what that's called. Their hairdo. This is like, what that actually symbolizes though, the hairdo, is like an openness to God in the crown chakra, right? Like the monks would like shave the top of their heads, partly as a humility thing, but also as like an opening. It's like an opening to the divine. So what I'm feeling with this is like, there are these overarching powers. There are these authorities that exist, right, in the world that we are all dealing with, that we kind of are living at the mercy of sometimes, or it feels that way. And your second bloom is kind of about like recognizing those structures, those forces that are in place. Basically recognizing what exists that you might find yourself frustrated by and that you're dealing with. It's like you're up against like a bureaucracy or a institutional force that tells you how you can and can't do things and controls your life and your like existence in some way. And you are meant to basically just nod along. That's what this second bloom is about. It's like, all right, nod and smile. Sure, yeah, totally. All right, if that's how you gotta do it, fine. But like secretly just doing your own thing. Secretly making, like focusing on the things that give you joy. Secretly tapping into your own like individual experience of that power, of that divine force, of creativity, of expression. So it's kind of like, what's the phrase I'm looking for? I can't think of it, so maybe it'll come to me in a bit. But yeah, basically just like nodding and smiling. And that seems a little annoying. That can be kind of frustrating, but it's basically keep your head down, keep doing what it is you're doing. Work away. Like there might be some, you might have to take your vision off of bigger, loftier dreams and focus more on the daily productivity thing, the daily tasks, the things that you can do right here, right now. Master those things. So it's almost like bring your vision more towards what it is that, like I said, what you do have here now, where you are, and just kind of call in the creative energy that you need to feel grounded, rooted, and strong in what it is that you're doing here in the moment, and use it as an opportunity to get really good at things and to craft something that you're really proud of. You can practice here. In this place that you're in right now, with this second bloom, you can create so much. You can create like an incredible abundance of beautiful, well-crafted things. Like, I don't know if you guys are creators or if you just have like ideas, or if you are like studying something or working towards something. But this second bloom it's about applying yourself again with more knowledge, with more understanding, with a high degree of, honestly, of like structure. This is the secondary meaning of the Hierophant, is that you yourself are structuring your creativity, you're structuring your path yourself, and you're becoming your own leader in that sense. Yeah, but it's about kind of putting away any illusions, any kind of fantasies or dreams that don't really have much ground anymore. Even if that means letting go of things in the past that you just have to recognize that they weren't real, or that they aren't real anymore, that they're kind of like fever dreams, things that don't really have any reality, that kind of stuff is not important anymore. What's important is your creative power and like your mastery, what you're able to produce right now in the second bloom. You're going to have an audience, if you don't already. This is like, or a group of people that is interested in your work, interested in the things that you're doing. If you're dating, it's like you're kind of like crafting yourself. You're getting so much like stronger and shinier, like a diamond. And when you go back out into the world, there's just like so many people waiting to receive you and to like enjoy your presence and your company, because you're such a bright light. If you're a creator, you're making things that will be received by people like openly, excitedly. People are going to be celebrating you, they're going to be celebrating around you, and you're going to feel so much more confident in yourself, and in you're going to feel empowered. That's what the Strength card really feels like for me, is stepping away from this feeling of loss and like things are taken from you, and realizing that you do in fact have all the strength that you need. You have all of the power, and that you can just keep going, and that in fact you're just better at stuff now, and you're actually more efficient because you know what, you have discernment, you know what is quality and what isn't, you know what you need to create the things moving forward. It's like you're actually wiser now. Something about this transition into this new second bloom has actually honed you. It's like you have gotten stronger, you have gotten more true to yourself, more authentic. Yeah. And now you can just produce or experience or date or whatever, like through a channel of authenticity that you had to go through this experience of being cut off from the feed tube in order to become this empowered creator, basically, or manifester. Like you've grown. This hasn't been a failure situation at all. This has been an expansion experience. This has been like the second bloom. It's just, that was just the first bloom. That's really all it is. It's like you didn't fail at anything. That's all. It's just that sometimes the second bloom is like more magnificent than the first. That's your message on clarity. It's like you don't actually need to feel confusion anymore. It's okay. You can let go of the confusion because everything is working out exactly as it should. Some things do bloom multiple times, and this is the second one. And if it's a relationship, I'm not really getting that it's the same relationship. I'm getting it like, no, this is a second bloom for you. You have all the free will in the world, so you can just date or whatever, whoever you want, including that other person if you want. But it's like you have just naturally become so much stronger and so much more awake to your potential, that things that don't really like match up to that, when things that just kind of feel like wishy-washy or that don't really have like the energetic match to you, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just like, oh, like why would I Judgment. Okay, we're gonna end on this card because this is such an amazing card of transforming paradigms and being called. Like, you're just, this is the time. It's the time for change. You're transforming. You're also stepping into the truest form of yourself. Yeah, this is definitely like a transformation. Yeah, the second bloom, it's beautiful. You are blooming again. Judgment is so amazing. It's like redemption, revelation, like being called into your most authentic soul expression. Being called home to where it is that you're meant to be going, like that your destiny, basically. So now it's your time to step into your destiny, be your own authority figure in your life. Easily you can do this, because what you need to do always to stay in this energy too is rely on your community, rely on your friends, the people that make you feel happy and funny and joyous, that make you laugh, that brighten you up. That's really important. And tap into your own I was gonna say sensuality for some reason, so I guess that must be it, like Kundalini energy, right? Like the creative energy channel that is also sexual energy and sensual energy. It's also your art energy. It's like your self-expression energy too. All of that. That's life force, your prana. So to tap into that, a really good way for you to do that is through art, through humor, through magic, through like tapping into things that excite your soul, that make you feel excited and free and young and like magical and excited by life, intrigued by life. Laughter is really, really big for this, laughter and fun. So have fun, literally. That's like actually part of your homework for this next phase of life / forever, is to make sure that you're having fun. Make sure that you're doing things that feel like, ooh, yeah, tingles. And that's just going to make you feel stronger and stronger. And yeah. And then you'll be able to, you'll just step into this new era into this second bloom rather, with ease. And you'll see as you're blooming again, how it feels different. You'll feel that difference. And it'll feel good. It'll feel really good. So I'm just gonna pull one message from the Khalil Gibran Oracle deck that I have here. It's like a parting message for clarity for pile 1. Okay. One message for pile number 1. A healing message of clarity for pile number 1. Woo! Okay, so we have make not a bond of love, marriage. These paintings on the cards were painted by Khalil Gibran himself, and then the phrases come from his writings. We also have, that was number 4, and then we also have number 33, the measureless and the immeasurable. And that comes from the theme of time. So marriage and time. So like I said, there was this theme of marriage, right? Remember, bonding yourself to something that you really liked, that you really believed in. And this card is suggesting that beautiful spiritual understanding of love, that you cannot hold love, right? You mustn't, because it suffocates it. So whatever it was that you were doing, whatever path you were on, it's time to let go. Like, you have to let go of the kind of grasping that you may have had around that expression of it, that experience of that thing, that project, that relationship, whatever. You need to actually release the initial experience in order to have this second bloom with it. So it's funny, this is a marriage card in that like you are bonded to this thing. This thing is not like, it cannot leave you. So even if it's a relationship, I don't know whether it's like this person will stay in your life, but the love that you experienced with that person cannot leave you. You have been changed by it, and you're also always going to be connected through that love. But you have to be able to let go of people, or let go of a certain trajectory in order to let it transform to meet you where you are in your transformation, because you're transforming as well. And then the second expression of the coming together, it's like, that's the only way that the next coming together, like you have to let things go in order for them to continue. It's a paradox, I know, but that's the energy basically. Hopefully this energy lands with you, because it's more like a thematic energy that you're being left with here. Hold things lightly, and then they stay. It's like that's how you allow for an eternity, is by holding things lightly, letting them come and go. And staying strong in your center, staying strong in your own love of life. And you'll find that things that are meant for you always come back, or that new expressions of them fulfill you even more. Yeah, and that's going to be a message for your whole life, I'm getting, because like time, the measureless and the immeasurable, it's something, it's a very spiritual message of accepting the mystery of things, accepting the complexity and the paradox within such experiences in life. I feel like you guys have really, really gone through something here, like a big experience of soul expansion, soul growth. Yeah. Beautiful. The measureless and the immeasurable. I don't even know where to start with that, so I'm just going to leave you. I'm going to show the card again to the camera, and I'm going to leave you with this message, and you can ponder and contemplate it on it as much as you want. So you can screenshot this if you want. Maybe what I will do is see if there's a message in the book. I'll read the poetry out to you. The measureless and the immeasurable, time. Of time you would make a stream upon whose bank you would sit and watch its flowing. Yet the timeless in you is aware of time. Yet the timeless in you is aware of life's timelessness, and knows that yesterday is but today's memory, and tomorrow is today's dream. And that which sings and contemplates in you is still dwelling within the bounds of that first moment which scattered the stars into space. Who among you does not feel that his power to love is boundless? That's really beautiful. Wow. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for being here, pal number one. And blessings to you upon your path. And I hope everything works out beautifully. See you next time. Hi, pile number two. So you guys chose the rose thread. There you go. This card says, inner call, soul-led, the mystic, living courageously. You have a really, really powerful message, I can already tell. The Khalil Gibran deck, I felt called to pull it right away. And you have an absolutely beautiful image. No sunrise finds us where sunset left us. I'll read the poetry out about that at the end of the reading probably, but unless I want to beforehand. But okay, so you've clearly changed. There's something here that is shifting in your experience. It's changing you. Because with the sunrise, the no sunrise finds us where sunset left us. What that means is sometimes we're transformed by things, right? By profound experiences. Or every day we transform, every day we change. And that is more it. It's more like the everyday. And it's like something profound has happened to you, but in a mundane way. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's like you've just been going about your day or your days for the last while, and you continue to like transform into this like new version of yourself. And soul-led, mystic, living courageously, inner call. It's like you have been, it's like you've gone, like how the sun in some cosmology is like travels into the underworld and then comes back up every sunrise, and then travels down to the underworld and comes back up. There's this symbolism here, this mythology that I'm getting of like how many more, like every single sunset is an underworld journey for the light of the sun. And it's like, and then it's reborn. So you have been going through cycles and cycles of deep growth, deep transformation within yourself, like shadow work, like shadow journeying, and then arising again, refreshed and reborn, and then another dip, and then arising again, refreshed. This is like the role of the priestess, of like the role of a mystic, of somebody who is like in tune with, it's not even that you're in tune, I mean obviously you're in tune with yourself, but you're leading a life that is like deeply transformational and deeply spiritual, and you've been internally experiencing more and more of yourself and being kind of like having old versions stripped away, and then a pure version of you emerges, and then more strips away, and then an even purer version emerges. And now you're at this point where your real soul call is like getting really, really clear. And I think you're at this reading because you just want confirmation on that. I don't think you're lost. I think you know. Yeah. So this is going to be a reading that's more about how to integrate your energy, how to ground it into action, and how to kind of embody the calling that's already within your heart. Like you already know where you're going, so let's help you to get the clarity you need to actually move forward in this new clear version of yourself. Yeah? You're in tune with like monumental universal forces. I'm just getting that. I'm just getting like it's like you're friends with the gods, especially goddess energy or water energy. So like ocean, expressions of divinity that have to do with water. Water and great forces that shift our world, that create our world, that create life. Life force energy. It's like you have like a direct relationship with the divine, especially the divine feminine. But it's not necessarily divine feminine. It's like a non-gendered thing, right? Like, and you know that. Anyway, I've just got that as a random message, but okay, what is it that you're needing clarity on right now? Whoa! Okay, we have the world, but it's in reverse. But I'm feeling like it could be both upright and reverse. And the 9 of Pentacles. So like I said, there is this really beautiful, this energy, you are completely empowered. You are completely empowered right now. You have created an energy through everything that you've gone through all of the surrendering that you've done, and your willingness to be raised again and again by processes of transformation and initiation. You've gone through it so many times that you've emerged so shiny and whole. You are a whole, complete version of yourself, and you feel that way. You've integrated so much that's been left. Your soul integration it's at this point now where you're so much more intact as body, mind, and soul. You yourself are a force, because you have connected all these lost parts of yourself through so much transformation. I think you'll understand what I'm talking about. I don't have to over-explain this. Okay, but there is conflict. What is happening here for pile number 2 people? Okay, so we have the 5 of Wands came up, so that's an interesting interruption of an energy. And then we have the Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups in reverse, Emperor in reverse. Something feels like splat, that's the energy. Something on your kind of quiet introspection, or your soul-led introspection. Okay, yeah, no, I know who I am. I'm doing all your things, doing your beautiful spiritual processes, and then all of a sudden, splat, doubt, interruption, and now you're doubting your whole thing. You're doubting what you're all about. What's the Emperor in reverse? It's like a corrupted, controlling force. There's noise. Why is there noise? You're so queen, you're so priestess, you're so boss bitch, and then all of a sudden there's this annoying masculine energy that I'm getting. It's annoying because it's the Emperor's in reverse and the 5 of Wands is here. It's masculine competition. What's that about? Seven of Cups, Ace of Wands reversed. And I pulled these cards, and for some reason I rolled my eyes instinctually. So I think you're feeling doubt, actually. I think you're having a wobble, so to speak. I think you may have come up against some shit, you have to do things in a certain way. Okay, now it's time for you to move forward. You have to do it in this actioned way, and you have to you have to start a business and be competitive with it, and go out there and take charge and do things in this way. And if you don't do it, you're gonna fail. It's whoa, shut up. Sorry, I'm just shut up. That's all a bunch of malarkey in terms of your path. Other people can play in that realm of competition and noise and domination and stuff, but that's not relevant for you. It's that's not how your energy will be able to ground itself, or it's not how it's going to be able to flourish. This is a really interesting energy. I think that you have come into, you're in a moment right now where you're thinking you need to move ahead in a certain way with a kind of masculine energy and with some force behind it. And you don't need to do that. Everything, I'm getting a lot of feminine energy for you guys. So whether, you might not be women, but it doesn't matter. It's the energy with which you need to stay in contact with the most is an energy of like grounded feminine presence with yourself, with your and with your connection with the earth and with the world. You do not need to do too much. Like, honey, you're doing too much. That can, like, stop it. Like, don't be like trying to force things, because it's not going to get you anywhere. It's actually just going to confuse you. And that kind of action of like going and like fighting for something or trying to make something happen, there's too many options out there. So you're not even going to be able to make, you can't make decisions that way. That's what I'm getting with the Ace of Wands reversed too, is like, you can't actually make things happen by doing it like that. The Emperor energy for you is impotent. It's inverse. That's not how your power works. Your power works in a different way. Now let's figure that out. Okay, I'm spending some time here with this Three of Pentacles because it's on the bottom of the deck, and I think it's like bad advice. That's what I'm getting. I think you've got some like bad advice or some direction that doesn't apply to you. You actually know what's best for you. Not everybody's way of doing things works across the board. I think you like obviously know that, but sometimes we get really stressed out because the world it's hard to live in anyway, and we're all trying to figure out how we fit in and how we can like best use our gifts to like, you know, be successful and like support ourselves, support our livelihood. Like, we want to survive and we want to thrive, and we also want to do that in a way that like we feel authentic about, we feel connected to ourselves. We feel like, you know, we're fulfilling some kind of soul aspect of ourselves. I think that's what you really want to do. And I think you've been getting too many messages, too many ideas about how to do that. And the message right now for clarity is to like shut out that noise. Like, just stop listening to other people. You already know how to do this. So we're going to get a little more clarity on how it is that you can ground your action, or ground your energy so that you can take action in a way that's like right for you. So the 10 of Wands flew out and landed on the girls over here, the World and the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, it's too many. How can they ground their energy? 4 of Pentacles. So we are definitely getting energy about, or getting messaging about grounding. Page of Swords. Okay. Okay, I want to pull a clarity on the Page of Swords. What's the Page of Swords about? The Sun. Cool. Okay. You have a vision. You have clarity already. Like I said in the beginning, like I feel like this is more of a confirmation on what you're already thinking and feeling. So first things first, shut out anything that's not essential to your, okay, how do I put this? So we're gonna pare down ideas, advice, ways of doing things, but mostly ideas, like concepts that are not directly feeling like a clear, obvious decision that you can make. So like something that feels extremely natural to you and that feels really, really clear mentally and really like lifts you up intellectually or energetically. Kind of like it lifts you, it makes you feel bright and light, something that feels like clarity. That is what you're going to be focusing on. It might also feel like emotional clarity, emotional lightness. Those are your signs for the things that are like right for you, or that are like correct for you. The Four of Pentacles is talking about paring it all back, coming back to the self, pulling your energy back into you, and then setting like a few foundation stones to like then, you know, ground into. You have to like cut away any external noise and competition, ideas of competition, ideas that you need to be rushing and doing more than you can do, or doing more than you're already doing. No. It's like you have a few things that you're good at, and we're staying with that. We're doing only those things. We're only building on like 1 to 4 things, and they all have to be somehow related. They all have to be like, they can work together as a unit, and that's your foundation. Your money, don't be spending your money frivolously thinking that you have to, that people are telling you have to in order to get somewhere, you know, those kinds of things. Like investments, bring it all together too. Like bring everything in, and that's how we're gonna plant the seeds that are just like a few, you know, plant those few seeds. Yeah, with the 10 of Wands, I am really getting like, you shouldn't be carrying around any extra weight right now. You need to be like letting go of any extra weight, energetic weight. So anything that's like dragging your energy down, making you feel tired, exhausted, even just like energetically or mentally exhausted, that's not for you to carry. Like, you're a queen. You don't carry that stuff. But what's really cool, I'm getting this really beautiful energy, is like you can actually like plant all of that extra energy. So if you do have stuff that you know that you can just let go of, that you can just like, okay, I'm not even gonna like carry that around with me anymore. Could be like beliefs, could be ideas, could be like advice that you've been given, like anything like that. Just like, okay, I don't need that. You are going to be doing like you can do some like energy work with that, where you can sort of, you send it into the ground. Like I'm literally getting like a visual, especially with the 9 of Pentacles, is she's like this, she like owns a vineyard, it seems, or something. So like, you know how to do this. You can actually send all of that external noise and the energy of others, you send it back into the earth herself, like literally. Send it away from you into the earth, and tell the earth, or ask the earth, like transmute this into growth, transmute this into nourishment for, you know, things that need it. This isn't mine to carry, now it's yours. Plant all of that somewhere and then leave it. Yeah. Ooh, this card actually says plant yourself here. So, yeah. I am also getting, there's another card here that says the ocean laughs always with the innocent. And there's this lady looking really like kind of cool and proud and discerning. I think you're just like realizing that you yourself are incredibly wise, and you're tapped into like wise energy, and you can just laugh off anything that is trying to get you to act like it or get you to be like it. It's just so unnecessary, it's just so like not relevant to you anymore, and you can just kind of like brush it off, kind of laugh at it from a perspective of being like, you can't touch me. I get to move forward in my life the way that feels right for me. And I think that's what this new era for you is about, is like, you're being asked to be courageous in your authenticity, courageous in how you function. Like, if you guys are like projectors in human design, for example, I mean, this will relate to anyone, because basically it's about living your design. Live how you live and work in ways and and with pursuits, or in pursuits that like actually do reflect your real soul self, like how you work, your energy levels too. Like forcing and trying to act like go-getters and like people who go out there and like compete, that's not you guys. Your energy is more about receptivity. It's about planting yourself in the ground that feels right for you, where you're like, yes, this is good. Your gauge for where a place like that would be is like, it feels light, it feels bright, it feels expansive, but also feels clear. I can think clearly here. You also are able to find solace, peace, so that you can, and in times that you can kind of like reconnect with yourself. These are really important things for you. So you plant yourself there, and from there you just cultivate. You like cultivate your own energy. You cultivate your truth, and then you express that through like words. Maybe with the Page of Swords here, you express it through spiritual practices, through like divinatory practices. You could be online. This could be like maybe a pile like mine or whatever. Like I might choose this pile maybe. You could be online in some way. So that's that idea too of like sitting in your own comfort, finding a place to be that feels really comfortable for you personally, and then broadcasting your energy out. But you don't have to be like rushing. People come to you with that energy, right? They find you. I'm gonna turn this Ace of Cups upright so we can have that clarity and that full cup come through. You need to be filling your own cup first, and that comes from being honest with yourself about what is you, like what is really like your style and what isn't. Yeah, take a lot of rest. Make sure that you're resting, meditating, and contemplating as much as you possibly can and need. Do not feel guilty about that. Guilt is a thing of the past. We don't carry guilt around with us anymore. We don't carry shame for how we need to be in the world, for how we work, for how we function. That's not even true. All of that is like twisted, toxic masculinity, really, is like the need to be constantly productive, the need to be competitive, the need to be better than others, the need to like dominate the field, like the need to like do things, actually just in general, the need to do things in any like just one way, any specific way. Like the world itself and all its beings function in so many myriad ways that you can't even fathom it. Like you can't even fathom how many diverse expressions of being there are. It's like endless. And you're part of the world, so you can be whatever you want. You can express yourself however you want, and you can trust yourself. Like you are the only person that knows what you need in order to fulfill your destiny. Nobody else is going to validate that for you, and that's okay, because they can't, because they're not you. And you've got to this point where you're aware of that and you're empowered by that. That's not making you feel sad or anything anymore. It's fine. So just don't get pulled off the path, because that's a false path. Being pulled off by the anxieties and the pushing of others to do things in a way that makes sense for them, and in a way that looks like using your power in like a conventional kind of like go-getter domineering way. Like if it feels like that for you, if it feels really scary and scattered and like aggressive, that is not your energy. That's someone else's energy. It might not feel like that for them. It might feel like really open and great, but if it's like that feels like that for you, that's because it's not how you're supposed to be doing things. You're not supposed to be fighting and domineering. And if it feels like that, that's because it's the wrong expression of energy for you. You're supposed to be chilling, being beautiful, cultivating, broadcasting from where you sit in your comfort and tapping in to your own personal holy grail of understanding, like of your spiritual understanding, your emotional understanding. And that's where your ideas come from. That's how your creativity like springs forth, is like from that energy. Whoa. Okay, so that's your message of clarity, pile number 2. I hope that resonated for you. I don't know, I feel called to tell you that if you need to talk about it, or if you want any extra like follow-up, do contact me. We can do personal readings, we can do whatever. We can find ways to continue this conversation, but I am going to leave this here. I feel like that's an exciting message to leave you with, and I know that you're going to move forward on your path with a greater clarity around your own energy, your own self, and how it is that you can like trust yourself. And yeah, this is validation for that. This is validation for who you've always known you are. And just shake off all of that extra noise that it doesn't feel like you. Okay? That's your message. So thank you so much for being here, pile number 2, and I'll see you next time. Bye.